Hello, my brothers and sisters on the Dragon's Path. My name is Tim Heijen, and I believe in dragons. Excuse me for my voice. I'm still sick, and it's very cold. And yeah, but that doesn't stop me, of course, to go to the forest and to explain something more about the Dragon's Path. And this is once again one of my experiences that I had once I was in the void. In the void, I can tell you a lot of stories that stand in my book of Dragon Shadows, in my agenda, you can say. In the void, Leviathan's void is is a space between spaces. The void is a place where it's filled with lost souls and spirits that don't belong in a realm, and we don't belong there, and so does the dragon does not belong there. But I met a lot of dragons down there. Just because they are travelers, they can go wherever they want. Traveling dragons sometimes go to the void, but they can come out whenever they want to. Sometimes we end up in the void just because we have a draconic energy that also is traveling. That is called astral projection. That is traveling between spaces. And sometimes with our humanity, it sometimes happens that we fall down. And that is what happened to me. I fell into Leviathan's void. But Leviathan itself is a dragon god. And a dragon god that also awakens a lot of us. A dragon god with a lot of power. He's ancient, he's powerful, and he's not evil, he's just himself. He's also the guardian of the Dragon Gate, but also the guardian of the void itself, and the guardian of dragon blood, aka also means dragon. Dragon blood is water itself, and he is the guardian of water itself, the guardian of life. But there are also other dragon gods, just such as my own. I was awakened by Tiamat, or in other words Gaia, or Ghana, or however you want to call her. But I love my dragon goddess very much, and I would never abandon her. And that is what we all do. We all feel our dragon god. Sometimes we just don't know who our dragon god is, but there is something inside of us that feels who our dragon god is. And there are many dragon gods. There are main dragon gods. There are just dragon spirits that also can awaken you, but they have the power of the dragon gods themselves. And in this void, I want to tell you something. I met strange particular dragons that all feel very beautiful and very powerful. But this one in particular, I never met, but I felt the presence of this one. And in the story, it makes sense because the creation story said so, that he was going to be there. And that was the firstborn son of Tiamat. That was the first one, and is called Kingu. That is where the name King comes from. And that is where I also see where the dragon got his horns from. I see it as a crown that nature has given to them. I see the wings as a cape, as the real kings of nature. I mean, humans want to declare themselves as king or god, but it's actually them who are god and gods and kings and queens. And so, yeah, I see them as the most perfect being, because I can feel them. I can feel them very much. And so this one is the firstborn of Tiamat Organa, and she was also the lover of Kingu. And that sometimes people say, it's a mother and a lover at the same time. That is just not moral. It's totally different with them. With dragons, but also with gods and guardians, it's all different. It's not that it's something that they didn't know back then. They knew very much, but they were different. They were as much as it was her son, but it was also her lover. And he was the first guardian ever, the first guardian that ever walked the earth in a dragon shape. Sometimes he was not even seen as a dragon, sometimes just simply as a totally different human, or not even a human, but another animal. But that was not because he was not a dragon. He was totally a dragon, 100%. It felt so strong that his presence was there. It's totally draconic, but and that is also what you need to know about dragons, they are all shapeshifters. Whenever they are outside of their body, their soul, their spirit are shapeshifters. And that is also why people saw Kingu as something totally different than a dragon. But the spirit itself of Kingo is totally 100% draconic. And more than that, I felt him because he feels a lot like a brother. A brother, just like I can feel you, was awakened by Tiamat herself, that we can feel each other very, very much as brothers and sisters on the dragon's path. So is he, so is Kingo. Kingo is also one of them, but he was the first, and that's what makes it very special and very powerful, because Tiamat was constantly giving energy to her son so that he would be the protector of her. He would do everything for her. He was also her lover, but also protector and also the guardian. And that is the blood that is coming through our veins as well. That is what I can feel as well, this urge to be a protector over everything that needs protection, just as this earth. The earth itself is under siege of, in danger of humans. And also I can feel this weakening, and I would do everything actually to protect her. I mean, this world, this earth, is still Tiamat's body. Whenever the creation story was saying that whenever she was laying down in two pieces in this empty rock in space, she sank into the earth and became life itself. She became the forests. She became the earth itself. She became everything that grows. And Kingo itself was thrown down in Leviathan's void by angry gods. And this god is Apsu, I mean. Later on, he was actually the embodiment of the Christian God. That is very interesting, because I don't see him as a good guy. I see him as a jealous, horrible God that just doesn't share power. He was later changed into the Christian God, or the Islamic God, or the Abrahamic God, I will say. And Tiamat was seen as something that was rebellious, an energy that wasn't interesting in letting herself be worshipped. Yet the only one that worship her are her children, and they would do everything for her still now. Even though she is inside of the earth, she is still alive, and we can all feel that. We all feel that, and we will never ever do something to harm her or her children that we can feel as a brother or sister. In the beginning, I have to admit that I was feeling a little bit of jealousy towards Kingo, because it feels like she loved him most than me. But it's not that. It's because she was giving most to them, because he was actually the first. She made me understand that I should not feel that. Should not feel this jealousy, even though it gives a lot of energy. I shouldn't feel this, because she loves all her children. She loves all her children, and we love her. That is why we would protect her. That is why we are on the same level, not behind, but on the same level as her son Kingo. He is the king of them all. I mean, and Tiamat is the queen of the gods, the queen of the dragons, and the mother of all dragons, and the mother of the spirit that lives inside of us. That is what the creation story is saying. Even though now she might be seen as the thrown down spirit, like the same thing as Lucifer. All of these spirits that is in Leviathan's void doesn't mean that they are bad. It just means that they are there for learning and for a reason, because Kingo seems just like Lucifer, that he was always able to go out, but why he was not able to go inside of one of the dimensions, unless it's the dragon dimension, the dragon realm. But the dragon, just like here, the dragon cannot come here as well. The dragon cannot come to our place. The dragon cannot come to the second or third gate. They can only go to the fifth gate. And so it's better for them actually to stay inside of the void. Leviathan will take care of them. Not bad way, of course, in a good way. And Tiamat and Leviathan, both of them are dragon gods. And so they work together, they work along to create life, not to be worshipped, but to learn, to let ourselves be seen, whatever is going on. And we as well. We have the soul of a guardian. We have the spirit of a guardian, the energy of a guardian. just like Kingo had, just like Kingo is still. Maybe you can still feel him. It's very interesting to search down for Kingo. He is a very powerful dragon, not a god but a deity. He's not like his mother is, of course, but he is just like us. We are just like them, like him. The dragon gods had a lot of children, and they were always firstborn. And this was the one that was the firstborn out of Tiamat. She had children very, very easy, but this was the first one in the beginning of time. Very interesting to know this all. Don't be afraid of the void, my brothers and sisters, even though sometimes they call it hell, but it's actually to let ourselves be taught, be learned of everything, of the earth, of nature, of the dragons, of who we are. Kingo, the first guardian, the first dragon guardian, is actually just the same energy that we have inside of us, and we can very much understand Kingo. And when we go to Leviathan's void, we can always get out. We will always are able to go out. We will not be lost souls. We will be travelers once we are there. My brothers and sisters, be blessed.